I wanted to say a few words about the rather complicated issue of how to play broken octaves. Most people, I would say, come when they play broken octaves or trills in general. Broken octaves are really a larger trill. What they do, if the arm is frozen, as often it is, and the fingers move alone, there's a stretching and there is a pulling, and the arm gets tired very, very quickly. So the moment you show that the forearm is going to the left, and that left sends you to the right, and the right sends you back to the left, going back and forth. This is a little bit exaggerated, and often we have to exaggerate when we first teach it. I often go and show it in a smaller interval. You of course need to have a very free forearm, a wrist that doesn't drop. As we actually get into larger intervals, the forearm and the wrist go higher to allow for that kind of opening. When I do a fifth, it's a little bit, I'm not as high. But that synchronized motion is what's at the bottom of broken octaves. Broken octaves have the single rotation together as everything else with what we call the walking hand and arm. It is shifting the arm in small amounts back and forth. This is with it. The rotational turning left and right is working together with going down into the key and moving across to the next key, and the rotation allows them to do it quickly with minimal amount of motion. So it ends up. And of course there is the training to begin with. If people come very, very stretched, how to do it without stretching, and that's when we start with slightly larger movements to take you from side to side and to begin to see how with this rotational movement the forearm can move across and get you to the next finger so the fingers don't have to stretch, stretching is one of the basic reasons that people come with a great deal of fatigue and often pain. So this is what happens here. And when it goes off faster also, it's not kind of a general shake. It's a very, again, to use the word synchronize, it's very left-right with the right amount of, the right proportion of finger to arm. It's not too much finger and it's not too much arm, which is how it ends up able to move quickly. So left, right, and as you move up, if I just moved up white keys, every time I go to the next key, my forearm is adjusting a little bit closer to the body. Same as we do with octaves, except these are not octaves. What's different here is these are single notes and octave distance, but they're not played as chords, which is what octaves are. This is really legato play in this case. This is one issue. The other issue here is that we go into the black key area and back into the white key area, and that's another thing to watch. So one is the rotational element, the other one is the adjustment of the forearm as we go up, and the third one is moving gradually into the black key area and out without twisting, into the white key area, and again moving gradually in and out, and then back here. So all of those things are very, very important to take into consideration, because if we stay out to the last moment, we have to move very suddenly into the black key, and that can create, it does result in fatigue. Notice also that my torso is over to the left to accommodate the register. So you see that movements have to happen in a very gradual way. We have to look ahead where we're going so that we know that if we have to move in, we have to do it in a gradual way that results in a feeling of smoothness, and nothing is really a surprise here.